Okay, so I'm gonna do an in-cab here and a brake test. All right, first things first, we want to make sure that our seatbelt is latched properly, so it latches and unlatches. Then you're gonna want to tell the instructor or tester to please put on their seatbelt. Okay, we want to make sure that our seatbelt isn't cut, there's no holes, and it's not frayed. All right, it's securely mounted on all three ends, adjusted to me, and then you want to check down there as well, so it's securely mounted on all three ends. Then after that, what we want to talk about is our windows. Okay, all of our windows, they're all securely mounted, no signs of leaking, no illegal stickers, no cracks, no chips. You only have to say three things. So no illegal stickers, no cracks, no chips on all of my windows, and they're clean. Okay, now I want to look at my mirrors. Okay, all of my mirrors are securely mounted, they're clean, none of them are cracked or chipped, and they're adjusted to me. So then what I want to do is I want to talk about my dash and then my cubbies. Okay, I want to make sure that there's no loose debris on either one. All right, then we're going to make our way to the ground. Okay, making our way to the ground, there's no holes, there's no grease, there's no loose debris. Okay, then we want to talk about our 5 emergencies. Okay, we want to talk about our fire extinguisher. Okay, it's securely mounted, it's up to date, it's fully charged, the needle's in the green, and the pin is in the lock position. Okay, so we got 5 emergencies. We have our fire extinguisher. Then we have our emergency triangles. Okay, we've got 3 emergency triangles. They all have DOT reflective tape, and they're securely mounted. So we talked about our fire extinguisher. We talked about our triangles. Now we want to talk about the third one, which is our fuses. Okay, we want to make sure our fuses are in a secure location. None of them are bent or cracked, and I have a proper supply. So then, after that, I want to talk about my city horn. Okay, my city horn, it's securely mounted, it's not cracked, and I can hear it. Okay, then I want to talk about my emergency horn or air horn. It's securely mounted, it's not cracked, and I can hear it. Okay, so after talking about our 5 emergencies, what I want to do is a safe start. Okay, I want to make sure that my valves are pulled out in the park position. I want to make sure that my foot is over the brake here, and then I want to turn the key on. Okay, so let all of my warning lights turned on, all of my gauges turned on, or it went up and went down. I also saw my ABS light turn on and turn off. Okay, so now I want to turn the truck on. Okay, so if you see that, what you want to do, now the truck's on, I'm going to press the home button right here. Okay, okay, so there's the home button. You press it right here, it'll show this screen right here. So now I want to talk about my gauges. Okay, this one right here, that one's my coolant. Okay, my coolant, the needle is securely mounted, it's not bent or cracked, it's clean and at the proper operating level. My oil, okay, the needle is securely mounted, not bent or cracked, it's clean, my oil is at the proper operating level. I have no warning lights. Also with my temperature, I have no warning lights. Okay, no warning lights, no warning lights. My fuel gauge, okay, my fuel gauge is at the proper operating level, the needle is securely mounted, not bent or cracked, and I have no low fuel warning lights. All right, this is my primary and secondary air gauges. Okay, all right, so the needles are securely mounted, they're not bent or cracked, they're clean, and it's at the proper operating level, and no low air warning lights. Over here are your miles per hour, your tachometer, your revolutions per minute. Okay, just say my RPMs. When I hit the gas, the needle raises, which show me it's working properly. The needle is securely mounted, not bent or cracked. my miles per hour, I saw the gauge rise and fall, which shows me that it's working properly. The needle is securely mounted, it's not bent or cracked. So, you see that freezing condition, ice possible? What you want to do is press the home button. Okay, push the home button. Home button. Hold on, home button. Okay, so this is where your voltage would be. Okay. What is going on? Home button. Okay, your home button. This is where your voltage is, okay? It's between 12 and 14 volts, okay? It's at the proper operating level, okay? So, after that, what I want to talk about is my blinker, okay? My blinker switch is securely mounted. It's not bent or cracked. My left indicating blinker light works. My right blinker indicating light works, okay? So, if I want to check my high beams or my dash light, I turn my lights on, and then the dash light brights up a little brighter for nighttime. That works properly, my dash light, okay? Then you want to check your high beams. So you have to turn on your lights to see your high beam indicating light, okay? That's working properly, okay? So you pull this up and let it go down, and that'll turn off your high beam indicating light, okay? I'll turn the lights off, turn these off too, and I also want to turn on my four-way flashers, okay? So you got your left blinker, right blinker, high beam light, push it again, your dash light, four-way flashers, all right? Okay, so after I do my lights, I want to talk about my windshield wipers. The windshield wiper lever is right here. Just pull it back one. Look at your windshield wipers. They're securely mounted. The rubber has a good connection with the window. My windshield wipers are not bent or cracked or missing any hardware. Now you want to pull this up, and you can see that I have a proper supply of windshield washer fluid. Okay. So after that, what you do is you just push it back up one time, and then they turn off. Okay. Then I want to check my fan, my heat, and my defrost. Okay. Hold your hand up here. Okay, I can feel the heat. That's working properly. Now I want to try it on my feet. Okay. Reach down here. Okay, that's working properly as well. Okay. So my fan, my heat, and my defrost, and then feet. Okay. Then we want to turn it back off. Okay. So after I talk about that, I want to talk about all my buttons and my gauges and my switches. They're all securely mounted. They seem to be in proper working order. None of them are cracked. Okay. So with that finished, what I want to do, that completes my in-cab inspection for Wisconsin. So now what I want to do is I want to do a tug test. Okay. The truck is already in the on position. Okay. And then what I want to do is I want to make sure that foot's on the brake. I'm going to put it in drive. I'm going to push in the yellow. Okay, the yellow one's in. I'm doing a tug test on my trailer. Okay, this one's out. You can see it's got like a finger gap there. Okay, so what I want to do is put it in drive, give it a tug. Okay, RPM's go. Okay, so I just did a tug test on my trailer. I did not pull forward, which is showing me my trailer brakes are working. Also, it's showing me that I have a good connection between my kingpin and fifth wheel for my trailer. You want to mention that you have a good connection between your kingpin and fifth wheel as you do a trailer tug test. So now I want to do a tractor. So I'm pushing in my trailer brakes, okay? And then I want my tractor brakes, my parking brake to be pulled out. So now I'm going to do a tug test on my tractor. Give it a little bit of gas. Okay. I gave it some gasoline, not too much, you don't want to go excessive. And I gave it a tug test on my tractor brakes, so those are working properly. Alright, so now my tractor brakes are working properly. Now I want to do both my truck and my trailer. I want to test my service brake down here, okay? So I'm going to get both hands on the wheel, okay? And I'm going to drive forward no more than 5 miles an hour, okay? So I'm pulling forward, no more than 5 miles an hour. And then I'm going to put my foot on the brake. Okay, my wheel did not tug to the left, it didn't tug to the right. My brake did not feel spongy. I came to a stop, which is showing me that my service brakes are working properly. Okay, so with the automatic, you want to put it back into neutral, keep your foot on the brake. You want to roll down your window a crack or as much as you want, depending on the weather. You turn your truck in the off position. Okay, then you turn your truck back into the on position. Okay, do not turn the truck back on. So what we're doing is we are doing our 1 minute air loss. Okay, so for instance, what I want to do is roll my window down. I want to tell him I'm going to do my 1 minute air loss. So I push the brake in for 1 minute, and I tell him that I don't want any more than 4 psi air loss for my truck and my trailer. Okay, that's a combination vehicle, and I don't want any more than 3 psi air loss for just my tractor. Okay, so I wait for 1 minute. I wait for 1 entire minute. I get my watch out, do it with your cell phone, whatever, and after 1 minute you say, I didn't hear any air losses, I didn't lose any air, and that my brake system is working properly. Okay, so with that said, what I want to do is do my stomp test. Okay, so what I'm going to do is my stomp test. So what you do is you keep pushing the brake. Okay, and you want your air alarm or your air indicating light to come on between 60 and 80 psi. Okay, both of my low air indicating lights came on between 60 to 80 psi. It's showing me that it's working properly. With this individual model, you don't hear the alarm unless the engine is running. So now I want to continue my stomp test, and what I'm looking for are my brake valves to pop out between 20 and 40 psi. So I want you to keep your eye on the brake valves for the next stomp test. Just keep watching them. Make sure both of them pop out. Okay. See, one of them popped out. I'm continuing to push. Okay, now both of them popped out. All right. Sometimes they both pop out at different times. So both of my brake valves popped out, which is showing me that my spring brake system is working properly. They popped out between 20 to 40 psi. Okay, and that's working properly. So now I know my brake valves are pulled out. I'm in neutral. I want to do a safe start. Foot on the brake, safe start. Okay, now I can hear my low air alarm come on as well. So now what I want to do is I want to put it in drive. Okay, and I want to give it a tug test on my spring brakes. Give it a little bit of gas. Okay, I try to pull forward. I did not move, which is showing me that my spring brake system is working correctly. So now I want to put it back into neutral. Okay, so I'm gonna give it no more than 1500 RPMs. Okay, and I'm gonna be building my air at a safe level. Okay, building my air at a safe level, continuing to build my air. You want to have your window down still. Okay, what we're doing is we're going to be listening for our safety air valve or our air governor. So soon the alarm will shut off. Okay, so the alarm shut off between 60 to 80 psi. And now all we do is just wait to listen for our air governor to go off. So it should be around 120 to 125 psi. Sure is a beautiful day out there, huh? Huh? Oh. Okay, we're getting closer. We're almost there. We're listening for it. So this is what your trailer looks like when it's pulled straight. When it's right in line. When you're doing your straight back. Okay, we're getting there. We're almost there. You hear that? All right, I just heard my safety air valve, or you can call your air governor, go off, and that completes my in-cab and my brake test. Thank you very much.